What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be going over one of the most popular questions. Should I upgrade from the Note 20 Ultra to the new S22 Ultra, and is it worth it? So we're going to be going over a few things here, including the build and design of both of these phones, the similarities and differences of them, the price, and then a wrap up at the end, kind of giving you my thoughts on if this upgrade is worth it or if it's not. So I know there's been a lot of you guys and girls out there patiently waiting for this new Note device since the last one in 2020. Well, Samsung has come back at us with the new Galaxy S22 Ultra. Now, we all know the S series has always been separate from these Note devices. The S series has been the best in camera and everyday performance, and the Note has been best in class for productivity with the S Pen included. Now we have the most premium Samsung device, an all-in-one phone with the best that they have to offer. So the build on these guys are going to be very similar. You're going to have the flat top on both of them. You're also going to have the flat bottom and the curved displays. They are very similar in size. The Note is coming in at 6.9 inches and the S22 Ultra is coming in at 6.8 inches. They both have amazing displays. They're dynamic AMOLED, but there is a big difference between them. The Note can get down to 60 Hertz and ramp all the way up to 120 Hertz, whereas the S22 Ultra can get down to 1 Hertz on static images and ramp all the way up to that 120 Hertz. Now, the reason that this is important is that the ability to drop down to that 1 Hertz will save you a ton of battery life throughout the day since it's an LTPO display. It's the same thing that Apple did with their iPhone 13 Pro series, and it's been great. It's been a battery monster so far. So hopefully these live up to it. I've only been using it a few days. It's been okay on battery, but I'll be testing it further. There's also an improvement in the screen brightness. So when you're in direct sunlight, the Note can go all the way up to 1500 nits of brightness, whereas the S22 Ultra can go all the way up to a record 1750 nits of brightness. You're not going to be able to tell in every scenario, but when you are in direct sunlight, this screen is definitely brighter and much clearer. One other thing I wanted to tell you guys is that I noticed when I was watching HDR content is that the blacks on the LTPO display on the S22 Ultra were definitely darker compared to the Note 20 Ultra. Not by much, but I did notice it over and over, so it wasn't just a one-off. Both of these devices are going to have the same biometrics. They both have the face unlock and they both have the under-display fingerprint sensor. Not much difference between them. Samsung did say that the S22 Ultra has a faster reader as well as a larger area, and I did find that the 22 Ultra had less failed attempts, and that's definitely due to that larger reader area. I've noticed that 1 out of every, say, 5 on the Note 20 Ultra failed, whereas 1 out of every 10 on the S22 Ultra failed. So a little bit of an improvement there. All of these come due to the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 on the S22, Snapdragon 865 Plus on the Note 20. Very close in comparison. You're gonna get obviously a few benefits here. Most people aren't gonna know the difference between the two. They're not gonna notice it because these chips are already way too powerful to be in a smartphone. But at the very least, it'll guarantee you a few extra years of software updates and camera improvements, including better photo processing. Now, with this phone being called S22 Ultra, you wouldn't think of the S Pen, but they've merged the two together and got rid of the Note branding. So as far as the S Pen goes, they both come equipped with one. It's on the same bottom left-hand corner. There are a few differences between the two though. The latency is down to 2.8 milliseconds from 9 milliseconds on the Note 20 Ultra. Does that make a big difference? No, but it is there. The S22 Ultra has a matte finish pen, whereas the Note 20 Ultra has a glossy finish pen. Personally, I like the matte finish pen. They both support the air gestures that the S Pen's always been famous for, so you can use it to scroll through web pages, you can screen write, create notes, draw, take photos, bunch of other things. That's why the Note was always so appealing to everybody. As for the cameras, they're both going to be amazing. They're going to give you top quality photos. I mean, these are Samsung's flagships. You really don't expect anything less than that, but there are a few things that the S22 Ultra does better, which includes the optical zoom and the autofocus. So when you zoom into 3 times as well as 10 times, you are going to get that optical zoom, as opposed to the Note 20 Ultra. When you zoom into that 10 times, you are going to be using the digital zoom instead. which basically means the S22 Ultra is going to give you cleaner images as well as crisper, sharper images. Also, the new Snapdragon chip, they've improved the night mode shots on this guy. They call it nightography. In my test, there is definitely an improvement there. The dual pixel autofocus has also worked great, and testing those night photos, they're still pretty soft, but they have gotten better. You do notice a difference side by side. Like I said, if you have one in your hand and not the other, you're obviously not gonna notice a difference, but side by side, you definitely will. And the portrait mode on the S22 Ultra has also improved. It has better edge detection. If you already have a Note 20 Ultra, you're not gonna notice that difference unless you do have them side by side. The last difference with the cameras is that the S22 Ultra can record at 4K 60 frames a second on every single one of the camera lenses, whereas on the Note 20, it can only record on the front camera as well as the primary on the rear. As for charging, they both charge wirelessly at 15 watts. They also have the capability to reverse wirelessly charge, which means you can place your headphones, your Galaxy Watch, or even another device on the back of the phone and it'll charge them up. The S22 Ultra supports 45 watt wire charging compared to the 25 watts on the Note 20, but the S22 Ultra does not come with a charger out the box. I repeat, the S22 Ultra does not come with a charger out the box. The Note 20 Ultra does come and still comes with a Samsung Rapid Charger in the box. Both devices come in 128, 256, or 512 gigabyte variances, and the S22 Ultra also comes in a 1 terabyte version. On the flip side of that, the Note 20 Ultra has a spot for an SD card slot, and the S22 does not have space for that. So that 1 terabyte is the highest memory you can get, which should be enough for most people, whereas the Note 20 Ultra can go up to 512 gigabytes with expandable memory up to 1.5 terabytes of total storage. Pricing for these two. The S22 Ultra starts at a lower price than the Note 20 did at launch. It starts at $11.99 for that 128 gigabytes, $12.99 for the 256, $13.99 for the 512, all the way up to $15.99 for the 1 terabyte. The Note 20 Ultra started at $12.99 for the 128 gigabytes, $13.99 for the 256, and $14.99 for the 512 gigabyte storage. Now you can get it much cheaper now. It's been out for a while. It's on Amazon. You can get it for about $8.50. I'll make sure to remember to leave links in the description below so you guys can check that out. The S22 has all the carrier deals, incentives through Samsung for pre-order, so you can get yourself a good deal on this one as well. If you are someone that has the Note 20 Ultra, you're on the fence about it, I do think it's a decent upgrade all around. But like I said, you no longer get that charger in the box and you no longer have the SD card slot. So if that is important to you and you have this device, I would say stick with it for a year or so. With the improvements in the camera department, the new processor, the much better display, the larger battery, I would say it's a nice jump from an older Samsung device, like a Note 9, Note 10, S9, S10 type of thing. And if you're new to these devices altogether, with the pre-order deals, the carrier deals going on right now, I would go for the S22 Ultra. I mean, what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button, hit that subscribe, and turn on that bell for notifications to make sure that you don't miss any of the content coming up. I really appreciate you guys sticking around to the end here. I'll see you next time. Later.